This is going to be my year, although with COVID, probably not. Hey folks, it's Carrie from Pretty Neat. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I share new videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and adopting a minimalist mindset. So I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and stick around. Today I have a very timely topic to talk about, and that is you don't need to buy anything in order to get organized. This is timely because January is the time when every store and every online retailer is trying to capitalize on this energy that we all have of the new year and, new year, new you. They are trying to sell you stuff to help you make that happen. But really all they're trying to do is to make more money. So I'm here to push back against that idea that you need to have a new planner or you need to have new containers or a new system in your house. You don't need to buy anything. You certainly can get organized in January. I very much encourage you, if you are having that kind of energy of the new year, to work on this, to do so, but you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of stuff in order to get there. So let me just say that I am not immune to this kind of thinking. I actually use a paper planner and I get pretty into it. I decorate my planner, I use stickers. It's a craft as well as a functional item for me. And so obviously the end of the year and the start of the new year is when the new planners come out, and I do get excited about it. I do put together a new planner, but I do try to be really realistic there about what I think I'm going to use, and I try to not overbuy because I have done that in the past. If you like paper planning, I would say think about what systems or what formats have served you in the past and maybe take what you've learned from that. Or if you're new to it, I would say don't invest a lot. There are some very pricey planners out there and whole systems that you can dive into, and you can buy a million things. And I see a lot of people in my planner groups that I'm in online who get super excited to start. They go out and buy a ton of stuff before they have any idea how they're even going to use it. While I certainly can understand that kind of thinking, I strongly discourage you against it. Also, paper planning is not for everyone. Lots of people do better with a digital system, and if that is the case for you, I wouldn't try to reinvent the wheel. If you use Google Calendar or something along those lines and that is serving your purposes, I don't think that getting a paper planner is going to dramatically change your life. Just to be aware of how the planner companies capitalize on those thoughts, and they make you think like, oh, this is the thing that's going to get you organized in your life. It's not. The other thing that we see a lot of at this time of year, if you're out shopping, are storage containers and all kinds of organizing products and tools. Stores are putting these out in the most prominent spaces. They've come out with a bunch of cute stuff. Target has a whole new color palette of containers pretty much every season to try to entice us into buying more of that stuff. And it's very tempting. I will admit, I'm a person that loves organization, so it is hard for me to not buy that stuff. I know from my experience and from the experience of working with so many people, the reason why you're not organized is not because you don't have the right containers. Okay, let me just say that flat out. The right containers or bins or baskets are not the thing that's standing in the way of you being organized this year. What you need to do, if you are feeling like you have too much clutter, if you're feeling like your home is chaotic, 9 times out of 10, maybe 9.5 times out of 10, the reason is you have let things accumulate. You simply have more stuff than you have places to put it. And if you can just pare some of that down, you will find it's much more easy to stay organized, to keep your home tidy. It really comes down to that. In almost every case, If there's chaos of stuff, it's just too much stuff and it needs to be pared down. I know nobody wants to hear that because it's way more fun to go to Target and buy all these cute new bins and then bring them home and feel like excited to organize your stuff. And then inevitably either the stuff doesn't all fit in there or, the new bins don't really make the difference. So before you get sucked in to buying things that promise to make you more organized, I would say take that energy, get out your calendar, whether it's a paper planner or a digital one, get out that calendar and find some time that you can spend decluttering your stuff. Make a few appointments with yourself that you can spend some concentrated time. If you have to get some help here, maybe have somebody watch your kids, whatever, just setting aside some time where you can go through those really problematic areas of your home. Ask yourself some questions about that stuff, whether it's really useful, whether it's serving you, and make some decisions about what can go. You will find that if you do this, it will be so much easier to get organized, and you will probably find that if you really do this in the cluttered spaces in your home, you don't need any containers, okay? There are certainly areas in the home where I think containers and bins and baskets can help, but if you just pare that stuff down, they're usually not even really necessary. They might help to optimize the space a little bit. They're not going to be the difference between organized and not. The thing that really makes that difference is having an appropriate amount of stuff that fits in your storage areas. So if you're feeling that January urge to organize and you're not really sure where to start, I would say pick one small area to kind of get going on this. Pick one drawer or one cabinet or maybe a single closet in your home. Take everything out of it and really look at what you've got. Again, ask yourself questions. When's the last time I used this? What purpose is it serving in my life? Do I even like this thing anymore? Is anybody in my household gonna have a use for it? I actually have a whole video here on my channel of questions you can ask yourself about your stuff. I'll link that video down below because that might give you some inspiration. Really go through that stuff, be ruthless, take some of that stuff that you haven't touched in a long time, make some decisions about what can go, put those donations in your car so that they'll get out of sight. I think you'll feel so much better, even if it's just one small area in your home. And really, you just repeat that same process with each area of your home. People who contact me for help are really struggling with how to get started in this process. And I say, really just start small and then just repeat those small actions. So if you can declutter one drawer a week even, in the course of the year, if you keep up on that, you will eventually get to all of those small spaces in your home. Maybe it's one area, maybe it's, a place on the kitchen counter where stuff just piles up. Go through it, see what's there, see what you need, see what can go. And if you just continue on that process, you will find that you'll start seeing spaces clear and you'll start feeling a little more clear mentally as well. So once you have decluttered spaces in your home, then you can really take a look and ask yourself, are there any tools that would help this space function better? One place that I do think containers can help a lot are inside of drawers where you store very small items. So in a junk drawer, where you might store your kitchen gadgets, they really are well served by having dividers inside the drawer, and you can find these very inexpensively. I also have a video about cheap and free things that you can use to organize spaces, and I have some tips there about organizing inside of drawers, so I'll link that video as well down below. Once you've done the work of decluttering, then you can make that assessment. You can decide if dividing things up into categories would help you find them. You can decide if some types of containers that would keep things from rolling around or sliding around inside of the drawer would help you. But really doing that work of decluttering first, I think, is key. And then you can make a better assessment of what types of containers you need, what size you need for them, and just whether they will be helpful or not. So I hope these tips were helpful. If they were, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I share new videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and adopting a minimalist mindset. Talk to you soon.